Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Donkai3 here. So, what I thought I'd do is, and this doesn't happen very often on my channel nowadays, I thought I would have a quick chat, or make a few of my thoughts known about the current state of one of Ubisoft's most recent games, The Division. Now, I've been playing it pretty heavily since it came out on PS4, not PC. Apparently, PC version has a fair number of hackers, but that's what you'd expect for that sort of game. But it's more about how the current content in the game, it's gonna start suffering from what I like to call the Defiance syndrome. For those of you that don't know, Defiance was a game for a few years ago now, which was meant to tie in with. Oh, excuse me. It's meant to tie in with the TV show Defiance. TV show's great. Recommend you go watch it. But the game itself, the game was kind of fun. But it had a couple big overarching flaws. One was when you did an instance or storyline mission first time, you ended up by yourself. Now, there are very few situations in an online game where you should be by yourself. And in a mission like that, it's not one of them. The other issue was, once you got to late game, initially they changed it a while after it came out, but the damage was already done. After you got to end game, there wasn't really anything to do. There's only so much that those arc falls could give you. Like, after you get a certain number of those, you're basically done. There was nothing to do, nothing at all to do. But Division has a very similar issue at this point in time. Once you get to endgame, you've only really got the challenge mode missions to do. I'm assuming almost everyone who's wanted to collect all the echoes and all of that, they've already got it. So all they've got, people like me especially, have only got challenge mode missions, which aren't really that challenging anymore when you've got a lot of high-end gear, and the Dark Zone. Now, the Dark Zone was meant to be this huge overarching PvP thing. You go in there, it's a huge risk, and you can go rogue and you can kill other people. The issue with that is there was no benefit whatsoever to going rogue and killing people. I wish there was, but there really wasn't. The punishment you got for going rogue and getting killed by players, the moment you go rogue, you've got so many people chasing your ass down, it's pointless. But the reward for going rogue and surviving your thing, completely overshadowed by the penalty you got for dying. I think there were some people who are pretty high level in the Dark Zone ended up went rogue and ended up dying and losing like 140,000 Dark Zone credits, a couple Dark Zone levels. Your level in the Dark Zone can go up and down. You lose and gain experience based on what happens in there. And you lose Dark Zone keys, which allow you to open up the bigger chests, which give you better rewards. And anything you're carrying as well, you drop if you've not managed to extract it. So if you're carrying any high ends or purples, they're going to be on the floor and someone's going to try and take them. So, but that's regardless of who you are in the Dark Zone. If you are rogue, you drop them. If you're not rogue and you die, you drop them as well. So, but the fact of the matter is, not going rogue in the Dark Zone is pointless. Which means you've got a load of people in the Dark Zone, up to 24, and all they want to do is kill the NPCs, get the stuff. If a high end drops, extract the high end, then boom, you've got it. But once you've got a full set of high end, I don't really know what else there is. I think that's the big issue with a lot of the console shooters as well, the console MMO style things. Division and Destiny, while two very different games, I'm going to say that now. Destiny is a first-person shooter MMO sort of thing, and Division's a very tactical third-person cover-based shooter. One's more fast-paced and the other's more plan and work with your teammates. They've all got the same issue that you get to the end and there's not much left to do. Now, Destiny's offset this by allowing you to grind and build other gear, and you've got other characters, and you've got a hunter, you've got a titan, you've got a warlock, and you've got more things you want to do with. But Division doesn't have that. Division has, you have one character. You can have 4 characters, but there's no point to having 4 characters at this point. You can have one character, have everything unlocked, and once you've got everything unlocked, you can change your setup as you need, and you can do what you want to do. So, replayability, basically none. And the most recent patch has made it even worse, even more difficult to find stuff to do, in that they've now removed the fact that named enemies in the overworld used to respawn. They don't anymore. Once you've killed the named enemy is gone forever. There is no way of going around trying to farm materials. I understand why they've done it. It's because people were not going into what they intended for Dark Zone and challenging mode missions, and they were farming high ends from the named enemies. Fine. But the Dark Zone isn't for everyone, and there should be a PvE equivalent. And the challenge modes aren't challenging enough. We've got a few things coming up soon. In April, we've got the first patch, content patch, which will be incursions. Now, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be great to play. They need to be varied, though, and you need to have a lot of them. At the moment, there's one on the map, which is in the bottom right corner, and it's sitting there going, this is content that will be coming in April. What I want to see happen is Division survive until the end of April, because if you've not got much content, the people who get to endgame are going to get fed up, and they're going to leave. It happened with Defiance. I gave up on that game after a couple weeks because I got to endgame and I got bored. And Division could suffer the same fate, and I don't want to see that. It's a fun game, it's got vision, but I'm worried for it. And then May's going to have another update, and it's going to change things in the Dark Zone. It'll be interesting how that goes. And there's going to be an extra... Also had a new incursion in Columbus Circle. So hopefully the maps are going to get bigger. But this then brings us on to the next thing which concerns me, and that's the fact that while the game itself feels kind of empty at the moment, the storyline's pretty meh as well. Now, don't get me wrong, the collectibles are awesome. The collectibles, I actually want to go find those, because those echoes and the phone calls and all of those, they bring the world in the Division, they bring the entire area you're exploring to life. It's great. The echoes especially, genius addition. Whoever put that in, give them a raise. Credit where it's due. The echoes are really cool, minus the bug where people aren't able to get them. I'm one of them. There's one. I'm at 292 out of 293 collectibles. I can't get the last one. It's not registering. Ubisoft, fix that shit. But back to my point. The big issue is at the moment we don't have as much content as we'd like, and that's fixed with incursions to an extent. It's fixed with conflict to an extent. But then we've got 3 patches, and these are the season pass ones: Underground, Survival, and Last Stand. Underground, it's probably going to give us endless maze of tunnels underground. It's going to be like the Rift in Diablo 3, where it kind of like flips around and it changes what the map's going to be, and the deeper in you go, the better reward it gets. Cool, by all means. Then you've got Survival, which is basically survival. You want to gather stuff and then survive as long as you can. And then Last Stand, we don't know a large amount about that. Apparently a new threat is going to rise at the end of this year, and we're going to have to go against a relentless foe. Great, okay. But the thing here is, when you consider games which are online only, there has to be enough there for the people who don't buy the expansions. Now, I get that if you don't buy the expansions, you're going to not get as much enjoyment. Happens to WoW and all that. You know, if you don't have the latest expansion in, WoW Vanilla, you can get a 60. You get Burning Crusade, cool, you can get a 70. But at this point in time, people are like, what, 100? I gave up following WoW ages ago. But with that, Vanilla World of Warcraft has a shit ton of content. And that'll keep you going for ages, and you're not going to be annoyed at that. With this, you're going to get to a point, same as Destiny, that you're not going to be able to do stuff. And with all the good stuff, the good interesting things being tied in with the paid for expansions, people are going to feel burnt. So, I'm going to get a Season Pass, just to see what these are like, because I'm enjoying the Division. I want to keep playing it, but if I get bored of the game, I'll stop and move on. It's that simple. That's why I stopped playing Smite. Got fed up, moved on. But anyway, just summarize them. I'd like to see Division have more content. And I don't want to see it go down the route of Defiance. I've been making this comparison a lot. Defiance and Division, I'd say they're closer to each other than Destiny and Division. A lot of people are trying to compare the two, but it's more Defiance and Division. What's it with the D's? Defiance, Destiny, and Division. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what the future holds for Division, but I'm going to be intrigued to see how many people stick around to survive it, because there's a lot of people at endgame and a lot of people are bored. So I'm hoping these content expansions improve that, but other than that, I don't think we're going to be seeing Division being a big thing next year. 2017, like Destiny is still going. Surprisingly, it's still going. Over a year after it came out, it's still going. I don't know if Division can do that at this point in time. I don't think it can. Those are my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think as well. I know it's been a bit of a ramble. I don't tend to do this sort of thing as often as I used to. But it's just something I thought I'd put out there because I've been thinking about this for a while. And I thought I'd put a message out. This may go on Division subreddit, I'm not sure. I'll probably get downvoted to hell if I put it on here, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. If you did like it, click that like button. Always subscribe as well. Always has to have more subscribers. But other than that, have a very good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. And hopefully you're enjoying the other content as well. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you around quite possibly on the Division. Take it easy.